day-to-day, getting better every single day. Asking questions, aligning yourself with people that have been through it before, that are experienced, and leaning on that advice, and just trying to outwork the next person, and that's the biggest thing. Well, for me, I mean, yeah, you visualize where you want to be and what you want to accomplish, and you kind of get lost in the process of day-to-day, grinding it out and working, pulling on edge if you have to. It's just about not losing vision and not losing sight of what you're trying to accomplish, no matter what hurdles you have to go through. So I think that kind of relates to whatever you're doing, whatever major you've chosen, or what you're interested in. So for me in basketball, and it's about visualizing, whether you write it down, put it on the wall, do something, what your goals are, and get lost in the process of a day-to-day grind.
You just want to be the hardest working guy, no matter what you do in life. We're all talented in some way, shape, or form, and have a passion. So once you find out what that is, just exhaust all efforts to better yourself every day in that regard. So it's what drives me. It's a confidence that's built on the foundation of work and the reps I put in, time you put in the gym, all the different stuff that I do to get ready for games. So I don't just come out thinking I'm gonna just make everything without having, seen all those practice shots go in. So, and I have fun doing what I do. That's what I enjoy most about playing basketball for a living. If we enjoy what we do, we have fun doing it, we show it. And I think that's why we've been so successful, and hopefully continue. So
just keep my confidence, keep my aggressiveness. I prepared well to this summer to continue to get better and learn from those mistakes, I'll call them. They're gonna happen, there's no avoiding that, but just making sure that it doesn't kill your confidence and it doesn't change the way you're playing.
Be you, be obsessed in the things that you can control, and that's like all the intangibles of being a great leader, great teammate, consistent effort every night, finding ways to be your best even on the days that...
No matter how great people tell you are, or how lucky or inadequate critics say you are, whatever drives you inside, wherever you find that that will to keep going is about not being complacent and always trying to get better, no matter how hard that mission might be. It's yourself, and you really have to find what it is that motivates you and hold on to that every single day. And that's something I'm very proud of and very appreciative of the people that helped me get to this place. So I've tried to surround myself with people that push me, that motivate me, that keep me focused, that keep me focused on the right things in this life. I have that on the stage right here. I have that in my family. And for that, I'm extremely blessed and extremely thankful for that, because this is a crazy world, and to have that kind of guidance and that kind of motivation definitely has allowed me to do what I do on and off the court. So aligning myself with the right people around me that are good, positive influences, and for me, obviously trying to read every single day. Hone in on what my focus is supposed to be and what my purpose is in life.
There's more to life than basketball. There's obviously the most important thing is your family and taking care of each other, loving each other no matter what. And regardless if I would have played basketball or not, I know you guys love me without a shadow of a doubt. You would have encouraged me in any part of life or any path that I would have taken. So you realize that all the hard work that you put into it was worth it. It just made me realize how blessed and grateful I really am to be in this position, on this platform, to be able to impact so many people across the world by just trying to be myself. I'm the son of a 16-year NBA veteran. I remember a lot of his career. I was blessed to have a family that we never really struggled when I was growing up, thanks to my dad and his career. We had the means to do a lot growing up, but you would think that my future was set based on that fact, and that couldn't be farther from the truth. I was always the smallest kid on my team. When it comes to basketball, I was always the smallest kid on my team. I had a terrible, ugly catapult shot from the time I was 14 because I wasn't strong enough to shoot over my head, and I had to reconstruct that over a summer, and it was the worst 3 months of my life. You'd think there were no hurdles or obstacles that I had to overcome, but even when I got to high school, I wasn't ranked. I wasn't highly touted as a high school prospect. I had nobody really running, knocking on my door saying, please, please, please come play for our school. And, you know, everything happens for a reason, and there's a story to everything. And if you take time to realize, you know, what your dream is, and what you really want in life, no matter what it is, whether it's sports, whether it's in other fields, you have to realize that there's always work to do, and you want to be the hardest working person in whatever you do, and you'll put yourself in position to be successful. And you have to have a passion about what you do. And basketball was mine, and that's what's carried me to this point.
You know, when you play against greatness and you play against people that push you or have what you have before and you're chasing, you almost get consumed by it. Because one, how hard it is obviously to reach the top, and the amount of work that you put into it. You always try to find that little bit of edge, whether it's something mental or something physical that you can use to your advantage to kind of stay on the heels until you get there. No matter what happens in life, I try to stay as even keel as possible, knowing everything is a blessing. I want to bring something to the table and know from a leadership perspective, but again, you're only as good as the people that are around you, and you be able to grow together and go through different experiences. I know what I'm capable of and what I can bring to the table, but nothing that you do in life, you do alone. And having an appreciation for the value in others, I can learn something from the person next to me on my right or my left. They can challenge me, the sense of accountability. It's how you grow. And for me, that's where you really make memories in terms of, I could do all this stuff by myself. If I have nobody to share it with and nobody to kind of go back and say, hey, look what we did, I don't think there's any value in that. My faith allows me to stay focused on why I'm on this planet to begin with. Because if I were to listen to the noise and to continually feed into what is rewarded in this life on earth, from material things or whatever, fame, money, all that type of stuff, like, I would be lost. No burden is too tall, too heavy. And so for me, every day's a challenge. Continually to stay focused on things, being fed with the right things, staying in the Word. I mean, the genesis of pretty much anything I do is to try to inspire and finding different ways to reach the masses, to use the platform that I have to kind of, you know, share the core values of who I am as a person. They stayed in the moment and just focused on here and now.
A part of that is having the will to succeed. You know, knowing that you put the work in and have the confidence to let it show. What I tell people is just be the best version of yourself in anything that you do. You don't have to live anybody else's story. Sometimes people make it seem like you have to have certain prerequisites or a crazy life story in order to be successful in this world. But the truth is you really don't. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you have or don't have, what you lack, what you have too much of, but all you need to have is faith in God, an undying passion for what you do or what you choose to do in this life, and a relentless drive and the will to do whatever it takes to be successful and whatever you put your mind to. Make sure you live in the moment and work your butt off every single day. And I hope I inspire people all around the world to just be themselves, be humble, and be grateful for all the blessings in your life.